Good morning. I'm coming at you guys with a refrigerator tour. I know a lot of people struggle with what they should get to go vegan or what they should get to go alkaline vegan, so I just thought I would do a quick tour of my refrigerator as well as my cabinets. But yeah, this is what my fridge looks like 4 days after grocery shopping, so some things are not there, but for the most part, everything's there, so let's get into it. I always have fresh mangoes, so these ones are overly ripe, but I'll be using these to cut up so that I could freeze them because I use these for my smoothies. This right here is my homemade ketchup. I will definitely have a recipe for that, and the recipe will be on my vegan cooking channel. If you are not subscribed to that, click one of these links in one of these corners and I will have my vegan channel. I always have coconut water, I always have coconut milk, I always have hemp milk. However, I don't typically use the coconut milk or the hemp milk unless I really have company or things like that, because typically these have ingredients in them that I normally don't consume. So usually I buy canned versions of the coconut milk, and as far as hemp milk goes, I very seldomly use hemp milk, but I keep this more so for company. The coconut milk, there's certain cans that literally just contain coconut water and sometimes a bit of sea salt, and sometimes there's one other ingredient, but they're very clean. A lot more companies now are making cleaner canned food, so that allows me to not have all the ingredients like guar gum and etc, all those random ingredients that we don't know. This right here is just a red onion that I didn't end up finishing. This right here is some organic fresh basil. I love basil. I try to keep organic basil on hand. I also have a basil plant outside, but sometimes if I, use too much of it, it doesn't have time to properly grow. I'll just have to buy a pack. Back there I have some plantains, some green ones. I have a lot of sugar plum tomatoes. I keep a lot of these bad boys on hand, so as you can see already down there, there's 2 other packs. I keep a lot of these on hand just because I use tomatoes for a lot of different things. Another thing that I keep on hand is avocados. So I get these teeny tiny avocados from Trader Joe's. As you can see, I have 2 bags. One is more ripe than the other. Back there, I have 4 packs of Portobello mushrooms. I love these. I use these as my steak replacement. I love cucumbers, and these are some, my avocados. These are some Persian cucumbers. Just use these as snacks sometimes. I just eat them by themselves. Next, I have 3 packs of dates. So I get these fancy dates from Trader Joe's, and these are kind of like my go-to snacks when I'm craving something sweet. This right here is some burro bananas. I use these as my French fry substitute. I keep them in the refrigerator so that they stay nice and green and they don't ripe as fast. I have some more avocados right there. As you can see, I eat a lot of avocados. I would say I probably eat at least 2 to 3 avocados per day, just because that's where I get the bulk of my calories. Right here I have some waffle mix. I have an obsession with waffles, so I make some blueberry waffles for myself every now and again. And then I usually have this roast stock with water with Crystal Geyser gallons. And here I have some organic zucchinis. I have a lot of chickpea flour. I use chickpeas for a lot of different things, like waffle mix, for my muffins, for a lot of different things. So I always have a lot of chickpea flour on hand. That's this whole corner. Then back here I have some spelt flour. Right here I have some Brussels sprouts. And then, as I said, I usually have a lot of plum tomatoes on hand. In this drawer, I have 2 yellow onions, 2 red onions. I love onions. I have some fresh cilantro, which I'm gonna put up here because I'm gonna make a little quick salad. I got some kale, some more organic shredded kale. I have some arugula. I have some bell peppers. I have some scallion. I have 2 scallion plants, but both of them are growing a little bit slow, so I had to buy a pack. But normally I don't buy green onions because I have my own green onions that I grow. Then I have some sweet baby bell peppers like so, which I get mainly for snacking. Like, they're really good with like hummus and, just cutting up really quick, or I just eat them by themselves. This drawer I always have Gala apples, organic Gala apples, and then I always have key limes. On my door, I have some organic Spelt Flour. This is regular flour for company. I get coconut, sliced coconut from Sprouts, and it only contains coconut, but I also get their organic shredded coconut as well. Here, I typically have some hemp seeds. They're really good for protein, so I put these in my salads. I put these on my smoothie bowls. I use hemp seeds for a lot of different things. I have my Brazil nuts and some walnuts. As you can see, I'm low on both. I always have some tahini on hand. This can is not mine. Tamarind. I've only used this technically twice. I'm trying to figure out what else to use it to cook for because I want to start using this more. Everything else that's kind of on this shelf is not mine, so this is not mine. This is my favorite coconut water, however, it contains sugar, so that's the only reason why it's kind of just been sitting in my fridge because I haven't had it. I use organic apple cider vinegar, which is both of these, for my skincare, so I don't actually consume those, and this is not mine as well. I always have shallots, so I always keep those on hand. The butter and the garlic is not mine, so it's just for company. I've just started eating this Coconut Bliss vanilla bean ice cream. It's not completely, I guess, alkaline because it does contain guar gum in the coconut milk, but other than that, it only has coconut milk, coconut syrup, coconut cream, vanilla extract, and vanilla beans, which technically would make it alkaline. It's just the guar gum that is found sometimes in coconut milk is technically not an approved product. I don't eat this very often, and I'm trying to wean myself off of it actually because I want to learn how to make my own coconut ice cream. On this shelf, this is more so for company. If they ever want anything, I keep like vegan frozen meals and things like that just in case they don't want my alkaline meals. Right there, I got some injera bread. It has whole wheat in it, so I guess I'm just kind of saving it for company. Down here, I just have some frozen kale. That's all that's on that row. I have some butternut squash, which I keep for soups, so I usually freeze that. I have some more frozen seeded grapes right here, and then back there I have some frozen cherry tomatoes, which normally I don't really use for much because I keep so many tomatoes on hand. Then this shelf is all of my fresh fruit that I freeze on my own. So I have some frozen black raspberries. I have some frozen wild blueberries, so they're a little bit smaller than regular blueberries. Then I have some regularly froze organic blueberries, and then some frozen mango. And this is frozen cantaloupe. I tried to make a smoothie with it the other day. I actually don't suggest it, so I'm not really feeling this, so I'm gonna take it out. I have some frozen berries. So it's like raspberries, strawberries, and blueberries. I usually do keep some Modern Pop popsicles because they're just one ingredient, and I bang with all the companies now that are making clean products. So I get these ones, they're dragon fruit, and then I get their mango ones as well. Both of them are technically Dr. Sebi approved. They come in handy. Down here I just have some more mixed berries, some more blackberries, some more blueberries. When I'm making my Jamaican meals, I have pure creamed coconut right here, and at the top I have some Scotch bonnet peppers. For my cabinet, I always have canned chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I always have coconut milk, and again, this is what I was speaking about for coconut milk. This one only contains coconut milk, which is just water and organic coconut. Typically, I'll get these as my coconut milk rather than the ones that are in the cartons now because they usually have some form of preservative or guar gum or something random. Coconut cream I keep for like baking. This brand, I just recently found it, and like now I just tend to have one in the cabinet. They're very expensive though, it's $7. But the reason why I picked this one up is because even though it contains garlic, for the most part it's so clean. It's only tomato, basil, salt, onions, olive oil, agave, garlic, and oregano. Now, olive oil is not to be cooked, so I typically only put this over my pasta when it's super hot. Obviously, I know olive oil was probably cooked in this tomato sauce to make it, so I know, you know, you're not supposed to cook with olive oil, but if I'm not making my own tomato sauce and I just need something really quick because I'm hungry, I keep this on hand because I love how natural it is. Then I always have chickpea noodles. I always have lentil noodles. I always have some form of veggie broth, even though I don't you know, use it all the time. I keep these Kalamata olives because my best friend loves them and I used to love them. It has vinegar, but I do keep them for her. The olives that I can eat, it only has sea salt and water, is these green olives from Trader Joe's. Are so good. The black beans are not mine. The soup was for when I was really sick, but I never ended up having it. Every now and then I crave jackfruit, so I make it, and then I'm Jamaican, so I gotta have ackee, and that's technically alkaline. And then this is the protein powder that I use. It's from Whole Foods, and then these are just extra pastas, you know, God forbid something happened and I can't leave. And then for seasonings, I have basil. I don't really cook with cumin, but I keep it for company. Cayenne, oregano, red chili pepper, thyme, basil, allspice. The black pepper is for company. This mustard, I don't know why I have it. I never even opened it. I keep this vanilla extract with no alcohol in it. I got some pimento seeds, some annatto, agave, date sugar, date syrup, more agave. This honey is for my face. Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, curry powder, sea salt, more curry powder in the back. These are adobo, Laurie's, and accent. These I never use, they're for company. This Ceylon cinnamon. This is a grill mate that I no longer consume. I have cloves, I have dill weed, I have cilantro, onion powder. This is a mix that I make on my own. Ginger, more oregano. I eat a lot of oregano, turmeric, and this last one is for company. Paprika, also for company. I no longer cook with it, but I'm not gonna lie, I used to love it. But I do keep it on hand if I ever feel the need to have it. Back there, I have some matcha green tea, and I love green tea. I love it. I have another matcha. This one is more of a pure matcha. I tend to buy these dark sweet cherries very often because these I use for my salads or with my Brussels sprouts. I absolutely love these, and they're unsweetened and unsulfured, so literally the only ingredient is like it says. Absolutely nothing is added. It's just dry cherries. Now these are actually, I use these for company. They're like supposed to be like the cleanest version of like, say, Cheerios. It's 3 wishes, but they're not alkaline, so I don't consume them. But I used to have a couple more boxes, and when I did cheat on alkaline, I did have some, and it was actually really good. So I like those. Cliff Bars I keep for company. These cookies right here, I will be bringing back because it does have almond flour in it, unfortunately. But if it didn't have almond flour, these would be absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, so that was it. That was the tour of my kitchen cabinets and my refrigerator. I hope that helps you guys a little bit when you're looking for what you should be shopping for when you're vegan. Definitely check out my cooking channel if you want to see more cooking recipes on how I make alkaline meals. It'll be in one of these corners or in the description box below. And yeah, I hope you have a marvelous day or night, whatever time it is, and I'll see you later. Let me know if you have any video requests, and I will definitely do those for you as well. But yeah, I don't really have nothing else to say. That was just this was just an impulsive video because, you know, your girl just went grocery shopping. I was like, if there's a time to do it, it's now. So yeah. All right, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day or night, whatever time it is, and I'll see you later. And if you want to keep up with me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at iamLindaElaine, Snapchat at JamexicanBeauty, and I'll see you later. This is